All right, now we're back at it, baby, for Illinois, Indiana. Final game of the slate. Florida and Miami will be going on as well. Arizona State Baylor, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, Nintendo Mike, you're the first one up in here. Hello, how are you doing? All right, make sure I'm going to the right game here. Oh, all right. I'm not putting up with rude comments today, dude. I'm just not. I'm just not. Just we ain't doing it today. All right. Hopefully you're all having a great day. 'Cause we already got a lot of people in the chat. What up, Izzy? How you doing? I am curious if we might have to go to the Skycam. Nintendo might not. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it. I'll let you know when you need to do something, Nintendo Mike. But we're back. We got a lot of people for this one, man. We got close to 190 viewing either via X or via YouTube. Let's go. As we're here for Illinois, we're here for Indiana. We're raising money for the American Heart Association. Again, links to those will be in the chat, in the description. If you're on the X, it's going to be in the comment of the stream. Actually, let me go put that comment in there for y'all. But let me know what was y'all favorite. What was your favorite thing that transpired today in college football? What has gotten you hyped? Gotten you excited? What did you love seeing today? While I do this real quick. There we go. Got that link live in the comment section of the X. Oh. What's up with the chat, man? Hey, dude, don't worry. I got it taken care of. I'm going to temper everybody. We're here for good, beautiful football discourse. Yeah, excited to see some Illinois, Indiana. Game will be live in a little bit. Looks like the main broadcast might be delayed a little bit just because the Notre Dame Purdue game was delayed. Fortunately, YouTube Live, they have a variety of different ways you could watch the game. Oh, whoops. Oh, I'll get to your comment, Dexy, in a sec. So Dexy says, Broshmo, what do you think of DJ Campbell as a draft target for the Bills? To be someone that could replace David Edwards at left guard. Yeah, I think right now, because Campbell hasn't had like a spectacular year. It's been fine, but it might put him more in the third round or day 3 discussion. So I don't mind him as a day 3 target right now. Oh man, look at that. We'll do a quick scoreboard in a sec. There we go. All right, scoreboard time. So we got Notre Dame. They're up 42-23 on Purdue. Duke winning, beating NC State. NC State's first loss of the season. Breaks my heart. Had an NC State money line. We got Idaho and San Jose State tied up 21 apiece. Georgia Tech, they're up 35-14. I think Georgia Tech was a 21 and a half or 24 and a half point favorite. We'll see if Georgia Tech can hit that. Kansas is up 17-3 on West Virginia. Delaware up 24-7 on Florida International. Kenshaw State up 21-0 on Arkansas State. Akron's up 31-0 on Duquesne. We got it's 0-0 apiece, but watch out, Mizzou. They're in scoring position against South Carolina. Murray State, they're up early, 3-0 on Jacksonville State. Marshall's up 7-0 on Middle Tennessee. Missouri State's up 7-0 on UT Martin. West Virginia and Nevada tied up at 3. Boise State, Air Force, they're tied up at 7. Maine, Georgia Southern, they're tied up at 7. South Alabama, Coastal Carolina tied up at 0. Same with Southern Miss and Louisiana Tech as we wait for these other games to start. Mizzou's QB is awesome. Hey, he's been playing good football. Hey, Broshmo and everyone, I'm loving my Colts and what they're doing. Sarah, you should exceptionally love what Indiana Jones and company are doing. Kyle says, hey, man, Dante Moore's performance has me hyped. Let's see how they do against Penn State next week. Hey, you got Carr going deep, wide open. Touchdown Faison. Henry Hasselbeck is at UCLA. He could. I mean, dude, I think, I don't know, because now they've moved it to the transfer portal only opens up at the end of the college football season or like a week before the playoffs start, something like that. I don't know if that goes live next year or this year. So I don't know if they're going to let guys enter the transfer portal now if their head coaches have been fired, if that makes sense. Oh, it's an Illinois thing. Just don't like Missouri. Hey, man. I feel you. I feel you. I can only be so unbiased when it comes to my coverage. I try to give most of y'all unbiased take. But hey, man, I'm sorry. I hate the Bills. I hate the Patriots. That's just life. I feel bad for the Jets. It's like Miami with Florida and Florida State. Yeah, I bet it is. So yeah, Notre Dame rolling away with it. Kind of is what it is. Let's look at what has transpired thus far in college football. So we've had some big games. Obviously, Oregon, they roll. They beat Oregon State. I don't think they covered because it was 35.5. I think was the final number, minus 35.5. So they don't, unless you bet them down to minus 34.5, they don't cover versus Oregon State. Florida State beats Kent State 66-10. Oklahoma with the backdoor cover on the safety. They beat Auburn 24-17. Ole Miss, they weren't looking ahead. They were like, hey, let's gear up, get ready for LSU. They win 45-10. Michigan beats Nebraska 30-27. Central Florida, Bill Belichick not having a great time. Gets his second loss of the season. They lose to Central Florida 34-9. UConn beats Ball State 31-35. JMU, they beat Liberty 31-13. Eastern Michigan, they beat Louisiana 34-31. Troy's 21 points in the fourth quarter. Let's go to beat Buffalo 21-17. Golly. Western Michigan, they get their first win of the year. They sneak it out against Toledo 14-13. Ohio, they end up running away with it, beating Gardner-Webb 52-35. Mentioned the Duke NC State game. Was a little let down by NC State. After a strong start, they were up 20-7 in that game. Mississippi State, I believe they end up, no, they don't cover. I believe Northern Illinois was a 22.5 point underdog. No, they do cover. They do cover. I'm sorry. So Missouri State covers 38-10 against Northern Illinois. Tennessee, they beat UAB after losing last week to Georgia 56-24. Texas Tech, big for their Big 12 bid. They beat Utah 34-10. Arkansas, let down. Sad. They lose 38-31. Maryland, they remain undefeated. They beat Wisconsin 27-10. Clemson, the fall continues. They lose 34-21. Virginia Tech gets their first win of the season, beating Wofford 38-6. TCU, they win. They beat SMU 35-24. Louisville, they beat in Bowling Green 40-17. UNLV, man, I don't remember them leading really at any point in that game, but they win. They beat Miami, Ohio 41-38. North Texas, they remain undefeated. They beat Army in overtime 45-38. South Florida, they blast South Carolina State 63-14. Central Michigan, they beat Wagner 49-10. Couple of games earlier in the week, Rice beating Charlotte 28-17. Tulsa beating Oklahoma State 19-12. It was a good run, Gundy. It was a good run. In Iowa, they beat Rutgers, giving Rutgers their first loss of the season, 38-28. As we continue to wait for this Illinois game to begin. Oh, hey, look at that. Missouri. They missed the point after, but they get in for a touchdown. They're up 6-0. Okay. Guess we know who the real Death Valley is. Yeah, for real, goon. Sarah, you're a Hawkeye fan? Congratulations. Yeah, UNLV, they're a scrappy team. Doesn't matter who the head coach is, I guess. Arizona State just recovered a fumble. Nice. 2 legs good so far in my 6-legger. Hey, nice job. 989. Yeah, I got Michigan State tonight. I think they cover. I'm just looking at USC as a potential look ahead spot. Feel like USC could be looking to Illinois next week. They're coming off kind of a less than not. I don't want to call it a disappointed performance against Purdue, but Purdue hanged in that ball game for a lot longer than you wanted. And Michigan State's been good this year, so we'll see. We'll see. Sarah, I used to live in Iowa City, partied a lot with the basketball and football players. Cool. My wife, for her old job, used to have to travel out to Iowa for conferences. So Des Moines, I think she went. I'm not positive though. Aiden Childs is still immature. Yeah, I'll disagree with that. I don't think he's a legit prospect for this year, but he's got some interesting. I think he's got some interesting traits, some interesting tools. Do I have the Peacock? I do have the Peacock. Is the game on over there? Well, I guess it. Yeah, it's NBC. So I'm just gonna go ahead and switch to Peacock. Is Ohio State and Miami top two teams right now? I would say, yeah, they're definitely. I don't think there's a team that's really separating themselves as a legit like, oh no, this is far and away your this is far and away your national champion. We just switched over. Good call, Wade. Good call. I don't know, but I'm still pissed and refuse to pay for the sports package. That's fair. Start time was pushed to 7:50, so it starts in about 5 minutes, which is good. I might be able to go get a bathroom break. Yo, on a side note, we got 355 people up in here. If you haven't already, because I'm looking on the YouTube chat, we got 5 likes, 75 people up in here. Hit that thumbs up. It's always much appreciated, much obliged. On the X, if you could go ahead, heart the stream, like it, and share it because we are doing it for charity today. We're doing everything for charity today. Much appreciated, much obliged. Mm-mm-mm. So I think I will get that bathroom break up in here. Much obliged. That's hey, dude. I got it from Rick and Morty, and I just keep saying it. Just keep saying it. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna go hit the restroom up real quick. Probably top off my water too while we're at it. All right, we're back. They're lined up. We're about to get kickoff right now. Guys, 13 likes in the YouTube stream. What are we doing? So, Illinois will start with the football. We're going to get no return here. Another guard I like from my Bills is Joshua Braun from Kentucky. Yeah, he currently plays tackle, right? He was like a former Arkansas tackle. I think he's been doing, from what I hear, he's been doing really well. So Illinois going to start with the football at their own 25. You got Altmaier lining up, Fegan to his right. And fake the handoff to Fagan, and they get it out to Hudson Clement for about a 5 to 6 yard gain. Oh, shucks. I forgot my water. I filled it up and I forgot it. 18 likes. It's an improvement. Whoa. Another catch by Clement. Was that ball tipped? It went through a window. I don't know if it went through unscathed. First and 10 at their own 40, empty backfield. And comes the pressure. And right behind Beatty. And Beatty gets hit. Yeah, pressure came in and he kind of forced that throw. Had to get it out a little early. I mean, to be fair, that's a tough window. Even if he throws it a little ahead, your wide receiver is going to get Beatty was going to get clobbered trying to make a catch for that ball. Oh, Beatty is down actually. He's on one knee. Hopefully, it's nothing serious. As we're going to go to injury timeout. Back on NBC. Is what it is. Dirty Hoosiers. No, that's not dirty. That's not dirty. That's fine. That's kind of to be expected. Blake Bortles just signed a deal with ESPN. Yo, is that legit? That's actually kind of wild. Oh, show the Wazoo game? No, but I'm rooting for Washington. Miami up 7-0. Let's go. Somewhere on Twitter. Okay. I did a quick search and I didn't see anything pop up. He's going to the medical tent, Beatty. Out of all people, Blake Bortles? I guess so. All right. We're not putting up with this in the chat today. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. We're not putting up with that in the chat. All right. Second and 10. As they are going to get a handoff. Fagan picking up a good gain. Should create a third and 5. All right, here comes third and 5. Altmaier and shotgun. Fagan right next to him. Dropping back. Here comes a pressure. Altmaier. Dude, maneuvering the pocket well. He's rolling out, but he's not going to have time to throw it. Yeah. Driven out of bounds. That's going to be fourth down. AI Phoenix. Yep. The game has indeed started. So that was pretty good protection from Illinois. And he didn't want to throw off platform. He had a guy sideline, but I get it. Dexy, if you watched my offensive interior videos to start the year, you will know I agree, and I love Poncho. Poncho, one of my favorite interior players in this class. I love Ipani. All right, we got a first and 10. Indiana is going to start with the ball at their own. Oh my gosh, Goon. Wild statement. All right. They're going to start with 19. Mendoza. This is a big game for Mendoza, in my opinion. Ooh, nice pickup on the ground there. That was a Hemby. They got a decent collection of running backs at Indiana as well. No, you're good, Dexy. Broshmo, Indiana players had time to adjust, and he knew what he was doing with that hit. I won't have said anything. Okay. All right, second and 3. Mendoza's going to drop back. Here comes the pressure and sacked. And that was Laurie with the sack. Gojo wants to see this. Yeah, Mendoza didn't really have any choice, man. I mean, he could have tried to throw that away, but that pressure came in quick. Third and 12 now for the Hoosiers. And they're just going to run. Hand off to Hemby, and they're just going to punt this sucker away 3 and out. Good stand there by Illinois. Gojo, you want to say hi to the folks, the good people? Oh, here we go, Goj. Oh, Beatty's back in the game. He's going to be returning the punt. Look at this purebred good boy. Coming in with the Boehner picks today. And we're going to get a return. He's out past the 30, the 35, goes down about the 36. I have Patrick, I have no idea who that is. All right, let's do a quick scatterbird. game break, whatever you want to call it. We know Notre Dame. They're beating Purdue and they're beating them bad. I don't. San Jose State. Hey, I said those. I thought San Jose State might be able to get it done. They're not a terrible team, not a good team, but not a terrible one. Georgia Tech looks like they're going to cover. They're up 44, maybe 45 after the extra point to 17. At half, Kansas is up 20-3 on West Virginia. Delaware's up 24-7 on Florida International. Kennesaw State's up 21-7 on Arkansas State. Akron is up 38-0 on Duquesne. Oh, look at that. South Carolina, they're up 7-6 on Mizzou. That's a ball game, man. Sellers playing today too. Jacksonville State, excuse me, is up 10-3 on Murray State. Marshall Mill, Tennessee, they have a delay. Marshall's up 7-0. Missouri State's up 7-0 on UTEP. Nevada, they're up 10-3 on Western Kentucky. Boise's up 21-7 on Air Force. Georgia Southern's up 10-7 on Maine. Southern Alabama's up 7-0 on Coastal Carolina. Then Miami, they're up 7-0 on Florida. Let's go. Hurricanes, baby. Vandy and Georgia State just kicked off. Washington, they're up early 7-0 on Washington State. I'm telling you, minus 20.5. Virginia's up 14-7 on Stanford. Arizona State's up 3-0 on Baylor, while BYU's up 3-0 on ECU. Louisiana Tech's up 10-0 or 10-7 on Southern Miss. And no score in the LSU game as of right now. Do I have Indiana winning? No, I wouldn't to bet this game at all. If you're going to tell me to lean one way or the other, I would have taken Illinois and the points, and I probably would bet it up to plus 7.5 just so I can cover a touchdown. But I wouldn't mind just taking them plus 6.5. Apparently, he's a lineman from UCLA. Talking about Mark Scholar. I'll look up on the Twitter machine. All right, we got 1st and 10 for Illinois. And they're going to hand this off to Valentine, who's got nowhere to go. I told y'all this might be a defensive game. Both have really good defenses. And we're going to get another handoff here to Fegan, who picks up like a yard. All right, here comes 3rd and 13. No, dude. Florida State, Miami, best believe we're streaming that game when that comes up. All right, 3rd and 13. Altmaier dropping back, stepping up in the pocket, going over. Ooh. Clement almost had that. Amari Farrell with good coverage. Flag? No. Oh my gosh, block kick. Indiana. And it's D'Angelo Pons. What a stud. Touchdown, Indiana. Not only does he block the kick, but he picks it up himself and takes it in. Dude, D'Angelo Pons, I'm telling you, if this dude was 5'10", 190, He'd be a first round talent, but he's 5'9", 170. Dude, Pons is nuts. Plays like that is what will win the game. Didn't help Notre Dame last week. I'm just saying, Notre Dame, their first score was a blocked punt. Yeah, I think Pons is going to be a stud in the slot. Dude's a gamer. You could just watch him last year against Ohio State and him covering Jeremiah Smith, man. He can get bodied, but he's not backing down. He'll never back down. Just like that, Indiana goes up 7-0. Dang. As we hit a commercial break here after the score, I want to remind y'all today we're donating. We're supporting charity. Links in the description. Link is the pinned comment if you're on the YouTube. If you are on the X, it's the pinned tweet on my profile. If you're viewing this on the stream, it's in the comments. American Heart Association friends, they lost my friends. They lost a child, their first child, to heart disease early this year. They're looking to raise money for the American Heart Association. I said, I got you. So that's what we're doing. If you want to donate, you can find the links there. Yeah, Pons is a gamer, man. Yeah, I don't think you can't get just because of the size. He's not a first rounder, but he's such a my guy. I can't keep him out of my top 100. I just love how he plays. I love how physical Pons is. Hey, Illinois, they could come out and answer back. They certainly can. It's a veteran team. I don't think they're going to fret. If I'm being honest, I want to see more what Mendoza is going to do to this defense, but gonna have to wait. Gonna have to wait. Shucks, man. I should have grabbed my water. I'll grab it in a little bit. I'm so parched. I'm thirsty. I believe that deserves the turnover kazoo. Pons. He's like, I'll block the punt and I'll pick it up myself and take it to the end zone. Dude, I might just include Pons in the stock report because I mean, I liked him. I loved him. He's a my dude. He's a my guy. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up in the YouTube chat. If you're on the X, hit the heart. Yeah, I know Mendoza, he looked good because I know that they kind of had what? They had a close game. No, sorry, I was looking at a replay because they were talking about the field goal kicker missing the extra point. I know Mendoza, I think they were a little bit on the struggle bus, kind of slow going offensively against ODU. But I heard his last 2 weeks he's looked pretty good. But yeah, this is the game I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it against legitimate competition. That's a really good Illinois defense. No Xavier Scott though for Illinois. That's kind of big. That's kind of clutch. Oh man, Pons. Close game against ODU, but they looked like a good G5 team after Virginia Tech. Yeah, and remember South Carolina, they opened the year last year with Old Dominion, and it was close. So there's no shame in that. I'm just saying nothing really mattered until this game for me when it comes to the Mendoza evaluation. Ooh, nice tackle there. Lewis Moore coming in. Moore's the guy that is trying to be cleared for eligibility, right? They said he was good to go for 4 games, and they wanna wait and see, clear him for the rest of the season. Altmaier's holding on to the football, and he picks up the first. Let's go. Yeah, dude. Talk about following your blocks, man. Good pickup there on the ground by Altmaier. Yeah, next week Moore has another court appearance. Yeah, I think we were talking about that last week, right? All right, we're gonna get play action, and they're going deep, wide open, just like that. Is that Clement? Or is that that's Dixon? What a clap back! That something broke down. Who bit hard on the play action? What happened there? Oh man. Yeah, it looked like it was a miscommunication in the secondary because the corner let up and let Dixon go by him like he was expecting protection over the top. Dang, that was Pons too. So Pons thinks he's got safety help over the top, so he's coming to play the guy cutting across. So it looked like what do you think about Isaiah World as a player? I'm gonna next week's gonna tell me more against Penn State. I think he's played well thus far. Let's be honest, like not to take anything away from Oklahoma State or Northwestern, like that Penn State off defensive line is going to be a legit test. So for me, World, I want to see if he can again, because again, he's a transfer from Nevada. Let's see if he steps up, if he can step to the plate when it comes to true Power Four competition. And I'm not talking about these lower Power Four teams like Oklahoma State and Northwestern. I want to see it against Penn State. All right. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 25 for Indiana. You got Mendoza and shotgun and fakes the handoff, gets it out quick. Is that Surratt? Yep, that's to Surratt for a first down. Yeah. Quick processor, quick release. I could, I mean, in terms of, I see why a lot of people like Mendoza just from the eye test. Sure, he looks slender, but I mean, he can gain weight. Yeah, and he gets it out there quick. All right, here we come out a shotgun, 2nd and 7. And they're going to hand it off to Hemby, who gets to about the 45, maybe the 46. It's going to set up a third and manageable 3rd and 3. Yep, 3rd and 3. You got trips down low to the bottom of your screen. Omar Cooper in motion is coming back. And Mendoza rolling out. Looked like he had the option to run or kick it out to the flat to Cooper. He decides to run. He's going to be about a half a yard short. Isaac Brown's going to be Jamar Gibbs 2.0. Brown doesn't have great size though, right? I could be wrong. I know Brown he's not eligible for this draft, but next draft. Let me pull it up real quick because I think I do have size on him. 5'9", 190. What was Gibbs coming out? Okay. Gibbs was closer to 200. So it's not a lot of weight you'd have to put on it again. I think he's a true sophomore this year. So yeah, a lot of people really like Brown. Dude, next year's running back class is going to be fun because you also got Ahmad Hardy, the Louisiana Monroe transfer. So ultimately, what Illinois ends up calling a timeout. It's 4th and 1. Are we going to see the punt unit or are we going to go for it? Looks like the punting unit's coming out. Yep. Yeah, yeah, Gibbs is a little heavier, but again, we're talking about a guy who's a true sophomore. Hey, here comes the offense. Mendoza doing the Daniel Bryan. Yes, yes, yes. Did Indiana call a timeout? No, they have Illinois called the timeout. All right, 4th and 1, and Mendoza's coming out in the shotgun. Man in motion. And hands off to Black. Black's got the first down. What up, Wolfie? And Dexy. Oh yeah, Kadem Durham from LSU. Imagine if he got some really good blocking. And he's been playing well this year. You also have Florida running back Ba. Signetti ain't scared. Nah, he ain't, dude. Signetti's a boss, bruh. All right, Mendoza coming out of shotgun, fakes the handoff, goes to Cooper, breaks a tackle, breaks 2 tackles. He's stumbling. He's still up. Oh my gosh, he's down to the 11-yard line. So Cooper, I almost had on for the stock report because he had a huge game last week. But I was like, you know what? Let's put it on hold. Let's watch him against Illinois. Watch out. All right, we got a screenplay. This one's going to Cooper, and I think he's in for another one. Touchdown. Oh, there we go. Mark Cooper, also welcome to being a potential legit prospect. Big game last week. And look at forces a missed tackle and then just stiff arms his way into the end zone. I have Omar Cooper listed at, where do I have his size? Oh, I can't find him. I know I have. Here we go. 6 foot 200. He looks a little thinner than that, but still. Ooh. More cowbell. Yeah, let's get some touchdowns. Let's have a shootout. And I was saying the under might hit in this game. Screw that. Let's go. 14-7, Indiana on top. For now, we'll see Illinois back on offense after this one. We're at commercial break. Let's do a scutterbird. Got to hit that refresh. Surratt hasn't had production so far like last year. Yeah, I mean, he lost his quarterback. It's fine. We know who Surratt is, though. How did they score? It was a quick screen to Omar Cooper, made a guy miss, threw a stiff arm, reached out, touchdown. But I got you, Ryan. I got you. All right. So Notre Dame, they're going through Purdue. They're running through. It's fine. It is what it is. Kansas having no problem with Virginia, West Virginia. They're up 27-3. Delaware, they're beating Florida International 31-10. Kenshaw State's up 21-14, but they're in scoring position, but they're on top on Arkansas State. Akron running right through Duquesne. Second touchdown of the day, Lenore Sellers getting it done early. Let's go. Maybe he needed to get hurt, which is a terrible thing to say. But it looks like he's playing a lot better because that offense has been so stagnant through 3 weeks. But South Carolina's up 14-9. Jacksonville State's up 17-3 on Murray State. Still got a delay in the Middle Tennessee Marshall game. Missouri State's up 21-0 on UT Martin. Nevada's up 10-3 on Western Kentucky, though Nevada is in scoring position. Boise State's up 21-14 on Air Force. Georgia Southern's up 17-14 on Maine. South Alabama, excuse me, they're up 14-7 on Coastal Carolina. Miami, they're only up 7-0, which is fine. It's fine, but they are also in scoring position. Oh no, dude. Is Georgia State just the kryptonite? Is Ted Hurst the kryptonite of Vandy? Ted Hurst, I believe he had a big game last year for Georgia State versus Vandy in that upset. Currently, Georgia State's up 3-0. Vandy was like a 27-28 point favorite. Oh, Washington, don't let Wazoo score, but currently Washington's up 14-0. Virginia's up 21-7 on Stanford. Baylor and Arizona State's tied up at 3 apiece. BYU and ECU, they're tied up at 3 apiece. Louisiana State's up 17-10 on Southern Miss. LSU's up 7-0 on Southeastern Louisiana. Texas is up 7-0 on Sam Houston. And then we got a tied ball game against Manassas and Utah State. Texas State's up 7-0 on Nichols. All right. I think we're back at. Let me get this commercial off my screen. As Illinois is going to start the drive at their 25. I'm going to have to put my phone on the charger because I'm about to turn on this Miami game. Hand off to Fagan. 3-yard pickup. As the Hurricanes and Florida begin the second quarter. Altmaier, ooh, got hit, stumbled down, and sacked. It's going to create a 3rd and long. Tucker with the sack. 3rd and 11. All right, you got a tight formation here. As they're bringing in some pressure, and Meyer can't get away. Is that Isaiah Jones with the sack? Tucker's sack celebrations crack you up? Yeah. Fegan, how are you like 240, 250, and you're not great at pass protection? And Illinois is going to have to punt this sucker away. Yeah, Illinois' O line's been an issue. We saw that in the Duke game. Speaking of which, Carson Beck just went down on just sacked. And they got a 3rd and 24. Still in field goal position. Kyle, Clemson starting the season 1-3 is crazy. Yeah. Are any of the teams currently not in the top 25 that have looked like they've belonged in the top 25 to start the season, in your opinion? I think Vandy certainly. Georgia Tech, I think, definitely. Georgia Tech kind of proved it to us last year. We should have kind of trusted veteran team bring back a quarterback. You could say the same thing about Vandy. Two teams that have already had big wins out of the gate. Um, Florida State. I mean, they've transferred in a lot. They brought in the Gus Bus to help out with the offense. I think Florida State may. I don't know if you give them the benefit of the doubt, but Florida State's been huge. Oh, Mendoza going deep. His wide receiver trips and falls. He was trying to get it to Surratt. I think Kansas State being as bad as they are, it's kind of wild to me. I expected them to be one of the top contenders there in the Big 12. They had a good amount of returning talent too. Clemson, I think, is shocking. Anyone that was like saw that coming, I have my doubts. They brought back a lot of talent. So coming out in pistol, get a handoff there and tackled in the backfield by Rozak. It's going to set up a 3rd and long for Indiana. And I think Arch looking as rough as he has, people asking about, oh man, is he banged up? Is he hurt? I don't think we're gonna. Sounds like Stark's not gonna give us that answer. All we can do is assume, and maybe we'll hear about that either later in the year or in the off season. That man, it wasn't playing healthy, but also like fundamentally, he's just not looked great. All right, here comes the blitz. Mendoza has to get it out. Oh, just out of the reach of, I believe that was Amari Cooper. That was back foot pressure in his face. That was a good throw. Oh, Ananiah. I mean, yeah, you beat Penn State. That could put you at number, well, I don't know if that puts you at number one because a lot of people are going to give Ohio State the benefit of the doubt. But Indiana, yeah, back to back. Oh, fumbled snap on the punt, and they just got it off. Wow, Indiana narrowly, not only do you narrowly avoid disaster, but it gets down at the 2-yard line. Wild. Here, you want to outgo Joe? Wow, man. Bailed out. Make sure to pin the, oh, my bad. Kirito, good call. I'm sorry. Did I not? I looks like I didn't do that. Let me go pin the link. That's on me. That's my bad. Thank you, Kirito. Good luck. Good luck. And if you don't know, I'm pinning that message because we're raising money for the American Heart Association. Any little bit. If you got a little spare change, then hey, feel free to donate, man. Purdue is a dark horse, dude. I don't know about Purdue, bruh. Purdue's in a rebuild right now. They just fired their coach last year. They're in a rebuild. They're where Mississippi State was last season. Oh, Valentine might be. I don't think it's a safety, but he may have got to the half-yard line. I believe there's a flag on the play. On a side note, Miami's up 10-0 on Florida. And it's holding on Indiana or Illinois, excuse me. And they're going to decline the penalty. It's going to be third down. There's no human being running 60 to 70 miles per hour. That is hyperbole if I have ever seen it. All right, Indiana defense has got 3 sacks on the day. Can't take a sack here, I imagine. Yeah, just throw this away. They're going to throw it to Fegan underneath, who gets the first down. There is a flag. Was there maybe a hold? Oh, Fisher. There was a lot. There was a little scrum. Let's call it a scrum. What up, Jason? How you doing, buh? Per who? Wolfie. Yeah, that's funny. Per who? Oh, talking about black and white jerseys. Oh, I see, Kyle. Kyle, I see what you're saying. Holding on the offense, crippling, and they're calling unsportsmanlike contact as well. Dang. So 3rd and 11. They're at their own 2. You almost just want to kind of survive. So maybe you just run this. Maybe get a bootleg. Throw it away if things get hairy. They got Altmaier in shotgun. He's dropping back. He's throwing outside. And that's to Dixon. He's going to be short of the sticks. They're going to punt, but at least they get some breathing room. Jason, what am I eating or drinking? I'm eating nothing right now. I'm drinking water. I had iced coffee earlier. What did you work out today, Jason? Went to LA Fitness. What you work out? All right, Wolfie. You're trolling. What a troll. What a troll. You've never seen the $1 million man. Altmaier looked a little shaken up there. I'd have to go see. Well, Lagway and the Gators, they're trying to drive. Big 3rd down coming up. Arms and upper body as always. I have gotten stronger in my biceps since summer. Nice. Lagway literally just threw this away on 3rd and 3. Do you think Omar Cooper is a gadget? I think he's more than a gadget guy, dude. Like he's got okay, like decent size, and literally can make you miss. Like he was on that last drive, he was nasty after the catch. Is Florida football on the downfall? No, they're still going to be able to recruit well, but they're probably going to get a new coaching staff in there. I can't imagine Florida loses this game and Napier isn't on the hot seat. They have a very tough rest of the way. They had one of the tougher schedules in the SEC. I can't if you lose this, you start the year 1-3. I can't like maybe you go 7-5 at best, but is that enough to keep Billy Napier from being bought out? Having that contract bid out? I don't know, man. Bid out, bought out. Do you think Miami edge rushers could be first round? Well, uh, Akeem Mesidor, he's an older player. So I could see him maybe early day three. Maybe he gets into if he continues to be dominant, gets into late day two. I'm kind of getting who was that cat from Tennessee last year that played opposite of James Pierce that used to play for Miami? No, he used to play for Tennessee. He played for Miami last year. Tyler Barron? He gives me Barron vibes. I mean, Mesidor has been on my radar for a minute since he transferred from West Virginia. Ruben Bain's a first rounder. No, Schmo, your Dolphins are hurting right now. Made DJ look like the GOAT. Dude, Dolphins are rough. I literally made a video this week talking about, hey, maybe we need to move on from some stuff. Another low snap, but he gets it off. It's going to bounce, and Indiana's going to start with the ball at about their 43, 44. So good field position. How's Miami's recruiting? Do you know? We're typically always in the top 20. Like Mario Cristobal is a great recruiter. The question is, was it going to turn to on-field production? And I'm not talking like I'm talking competing for the ACC, getting us to the college football playoff. This year it feels that way. Last year we had hopes, but I mean, dude, we knew the defense was a liability. Cam Ward was out there just putting the team on his back, and there was costly turnovers at points. This year feels good. Feels real good. Hemby picking up about 4 yards on that. Should set up a 2nd and 6 for Indiana. Going to be around their own 48, so close to midfield. And we're going to get another handoff here. He stopped at the line. It's going to be about a third and 6, 3rd and 5. Got to imagine this is going to be put into Mendoza's hands. I am not streaming from Indiana. No, I'm streaming from home. All right, comes 3rd and 4, dropping back, kicks it out to the running back out of the backfield who was open. Is that Black? No, that's Hemby. Watch out. Hemby is explosive for a bigger back. Wish he was a little bit more dynamic at, like on contact. Wish he absorbed contact a little bit better. But shucks, dude, what he brings is a pass catcher, a kick returner. He's a draftable player. All right. We got first and 10 from the 24. No handoff. Oh my gosh. Amari Cooper bringing in, getting rocked, getting hammered, but he held on to it. Oh, they're throwing a flag? It was a nasty hit, but I don't think it was bad. He led with the shoulder, I feel like. I feel like that's a clean hit. They're going to review. I feel like it's a clean hit. All right. So on the broadcast, they're really leaning into it being targeted. And he doesn't attempt to lean in with the shoulder, which yeah, sure, but he does lean in with the shoulder. He's just not lead in with the shoulder. And talk about okay, you're hitting a defenseless player. Oh, it looks like Amari Cooper might be going to the locker room. Oh no, he's going to the medical tent. Okay. I don't like this as targeting. I he's a defenseless player. Every player going for a pass is defenseless then. I don't like this as targeting, and they're confirming it, and they're going to disqualify Scott, who's the leader. Like with Xavier Scott not in there, Miles Scott is the leader of that secondary with Xavier Scott out. Don't like that. Sam Levitt touchdown. There you go, bruh. Good job. Do I think Aiden Fisher is certified day 2? I like him early day 3. I mean, this is also Jason. This is going to be a very hotly contested linebacker class. It's a good linebacker class. All right, they're going to hand off to Black, who's going to get to about the 6-yard line. Do I think Vandy could whip Clemson? I think it'd be close. It'd be similar to what we saw with the Georgia Tech game, I think. I mean, think about this. When was the last time you saw Indiana and Illinois have so many draftable players? Because that's kind of where these are two programs that have been on the rise. All right, second and goal. As they're going to hand off. Nope. Mendoza keeps it, and he gets to about the line of scrimmage. Probably should have just handed that one off because I thought Hemby was it Hemby? No, that was Black. I thought Black was going to get into the end zone. All right, third and goal from the 6, and there's all kinds of movement. Looks like a false start on Indiana. Mike, I'm not going to say that the refs are out here being biased. I don't lean into that. I think that's just fandom nonsense, refs being biased. I think there's good refs and there's bad refs, and targeting has been kind of a nonsense thing in college football. No one really knows what it truly is, what it truly means. I didn't think it was targeting. Is what it is. All right, third and goal from the 11. Dropping back. Goes over the middle, touchdown. That's EJ Williams over the middle, and just like that, 2-score game. It's the same ref he had against Oregon. He said, would that same exact kid that was in targeting? Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know what the play you're referring to from last year or referring to from last year, but I mean, again, either he's just not a great official. I don't think these refs lean into favoritism, at least to the extent that a lot of fans think they do, or else they wouldn't be calling these games. Yeah, yeah, no, but I think we could all be in agreement. Targeting calls are have been kind of bad. They're out of hand. They're not great. Do you have any weaknesses in Omar's game? Yeah, a ton. I'm telling you, he's Graham Mertz. He's Graham Mertz from last year. I think he's like a fringe draftable player, Altmaier. Like he's a solid quarterback, won't scare you with his feet. So this is what I have down for Altmaier. Again, you can get this in the draft guide. I don't know. We might run a promo for that in a minute. Oh, let me get this commercial off the screen. Average arm strength, doesn't put too much behind his throws, forces throws in tight coverage occasionally. He's been better about that this year. Specifically downfield, accuracy can come and go. Average athleticism, but I did also put solid anticipation, good on the short to intermediate. Throws with relatively good touch, doesn't mind staying in the pocket and taking a hit to deliver the football, multi-year captain. So, like, again, I just don't think there's anything that goes above and beyond to warrant him to be a high round selection. Like, if we're talking about his complete ceiling, it feels like a backup quarterback in the NFL. We got Michael. I'm more surprised in Illinois' lack of defense than anything else. Illinois' offense has stalled a lot, but the D has sucked tonight. Well, they're missing Xavier Scott in the defensive backfield. Now they're going to be missing Miles Scott. So those are two big factors on the defensive backfield. I feel like I missed. Oh, here we go. Rise Isaac. They've never had this many draftable players combined, in my opinion. Biggest game these two have played from a national standpoint, probably. I agree. 100%. Where's Graham Mertz from? He played at Wisconsin, played his final 2 years at Florida. I think he's with what, Houston's practice squad now? All right, Illinois is going to start with the ball at their own 25, 11 minutes left in the second quarter. Omar dropping back. Is that Beatty? No. That's Clement on the out route for an easy first. Pickup of about 11. Just pitch and catch right there. Just pitch and catch. I think Illinois' offense is good at when they're playing with a lead or in a close game of kind of just working the field, controlling the football, controlling the time of possession. They're going to be tested here playing from behind. That's going to be very interesting. All right, handoff to Fegan. Gets out to about the 40, send it up a second and 6. Oh, here comes pressure. Altmaier going down for a sack. Golly. It was almost immediate. So nice little semi stunt loop. Dang. Golly. All right, we got Beatty in motion. It's 3rd and 12, I think, officially. Here comes more pressure. Altmaier's stepping up. Oh, tries to dive forward, but he was still going to be well short. He's probably about 4 yards short. It's going to be a 4th and 4, 4th and 5. Do I have center field prospects? Yeah, there's a few in this class. Officially 4th and 5 from their own 42. And they're going to bring out the punt unit. And looks like a good punt there. They're going to let it bounce, but it will go into the end zone for a touchback. How many sacks is that for the defense? I think they have 3 or 4 sacks thus far on the night. We just saw a sack happy game with Jackson Arnold. I don't recall Dante Trader on the field much, but could have been wrong. But oh yeah, because we had a Fatu Melifonwu. He was out that game. So we had Fitzpatrick. But did we play Ashton Davis a lot over Trader? Yeah, Trader only played 13 snaps versus Buffalo. All right, let's do a quick scuttlebutt. Kansas, they're going to go to 3-1. They're up 34-10 on West Virginia. Delaware, they're up big on Florida International. Kennesaw State is up 2 touchdowns on Arkansas State, but Arkansas State in scoring position. Akron's handling their business versus Duquesne. Going into halftime, South Carolina is up 14-12 on Mizzou. Jacksonville State, they're up 24-3 on Murray State. Still got a delay in the Marshall, Middle Tennessee. Missouri State's up 4 scores on Utah State. Oh my gosh, what the heck? UT Martin. There we go. We got a tied up ball game, by the way. Nevada, Western Kentucky, 10 apiece. Boise's up 21-14 at half on Air Force. Georgia Southern's up 17-14 on Maine. Tied up at 14 in the South Alabama Coastal Carolina game. Miami is up 10-0 on Florida. Let's go. And just like that, Georgia State, they got 3. They were up 3-0, 21 unanswered points for the Commodores. They're up 21-3. Hey, Washington State, they're hanging around. I'm hoping Washington extends this lead, wins by 20. I'm hoping they go up 18. They're up 21-10. Virginia's up 28-7 on Stanford, and it looks like that score is going to get larger. 10-10 ball game. Baylor, Arizona State. BYU's up 6-3 on East Carolina. Louisiana Tech's up 23-10 on Southern Miss. LSU's up 21-0 on Southeastern Louisiana. Texas is up 21 to nothing on Sam Houston. Utah State's up 13 nothing on Manassas. And Texas State is up 14 to 3 on Nichols. I did Oregon State secondary last year go undrafted. Kind of crazy. A lot of them were undersized and okay athletes. Not, oh my gosh, they hammer Elijah Surratt, who just ate it. He ate it and kept going. So he picks up the first there. Let's switch back over to the game cast. Omar Cooper's back. Nice. Should I start Brees Hall or Mike Evans in my flex spot? I would lean Mike Evans, right? Well, I mean, with Tyrod starting at quarterback. All right, get it back out to Elijah Surratt, who makes a guy miss, and golly, nice big gain inside Illinois territory. Here, let me check out who plays who tomorrow. Jets. Oh, Jets take on the Bucks actually. Interesting. I feel like the Bucks have been a little squishy in the run game, maybe. I think I would ride with Brees just because also you have Tyrod. Oh, big gain here. Is that Hemby? Yep. Yeah. I think I would go with the running back. You get guaranteed production. Brees Hall's been pretty solid. I know last week was kind of down, but the week prior he was pretty darn good. Mike Evans. I mean, it's a good defense from the Jets. I think I would lean Brees Hall though. And whistle on the play dead. We got a flag. Looks like a false start on Indiana. All right, it's going to be 1st and 15. Oh no. Oh, is this our blowout game? I think this is our blowout game. This is just a little bitty screen. Oh no, Indiana. Yeah, little kind of a yeah. I wanted to call it a chip play, but tight end didn't really make contact with anybody. But yeah, a little screen there in the middle. Yeah, Mike, it's not looking good. Comparison for Downs, Caleb. Oh, I think I really like Eric Berry for Caleb Downs. Similar-ish in size and mentality. I was a huge Eric Berry fan, I guess all of 5 years ago when he was in the league. I can't remember when he actually retired. Game's not over, but Illinois' offense has gotta get to work, man. Yeah, Mendoza 100% has a chance to be QB1 in this class. He's just got that build, that look of a prototypical quarterback. I think he's got a solid arm. I don't think it's an elite arm, but it's a good arm. And he's been making the throws tonight. Am I crazy to say I feel like Indiana hasn't really asked him to do much though? But that's kind of the Indiana offense. You work within it. That's what we saw last year from Rourke, you work within the offense. Canes are looking good. Good. Where did I go to college, bro? Dude, two-time community college dropout, baby. I almost went to University of Arizona, but out of state tuition sucks. Signe knows how to build an offense. Yep. Now, can they get over the hump and be an elite team is the question. 989 went to Western Michigan. Dope. Indiana beating Penn State at Death Valley. Well, see, I'm not saying Penn State's been impressive. They haven't. Really, the litmus test is for both Oregon and Penn State is next week. Any DBs from Tulsa? Nope. None that are on my radar. What MSU? You found my Facebook page that I haven't been on in like 8 years? Probably longer, like a decade. That was probably the last time I was on my Facebook page. Maybe Mendoza's brother gets some reps tonight. Maybe. Hey guys, game's not over. Game's not over. NC State was up 20-7, and Duke ended up storming back and winning that game by double digits. No, MSU fan, I won't add you because I haven't been on Facebook in a decade. If I do get back on Facebook, I'd start anew, but it'd be just for the it would be for the Broshmo brand. It wouldn't be for personal use. All right, dumping it underneath, picks up a couple of yards, set up what, 2nd and 7 at their own 28. Keep this closed, little girl. Did you know that Ohio University has a good quarterback? Yeah, hasn't he been around the league for a while though? Was it Parker Navarro or something? Navarro? MSU fan, quit asking personal questions. Quit trying to find my location. Quit trying to find my house. Oh my gosh, Altmaier had no time and he's sacked. Golly. Oh, Ohio is a really good MAC team every year. I would say every year, but yeah, no, they played Ohio State well last week. Kamara's height and weight. I actually think I got decent measurements, or yeah, decent. I got his. I always put in quotations, but official measurements from like spring measurements that at least NFL scouts are using when it comes to Khalil Kamara. 6'1", 265. He looks every bit of that. Not ideal length. Looks like the frame's pretty maxed out. but dude's got a supreme motor. All right. Illinois not doing what they need to. And now it's back to Indiana. They get a handoff here. And that's a handoff to Black, picking up about 3, 2nd and 7 from their own 38. Oh, Hurricanes driving. Let's go. All right, we got another handoff here. That is Black, who's about a 5-yard gain. It's going to be about a 3rd and 3. Oh, dude, my feed's about 30 seconds ahead from the TV broadcast. That's wild. All right, we got 3rd and 4. Got Cooper in motion. They're going to fake the handoff, kick it out to Cooper, who gets the first down. Down to 3 minutes. We just finished the second down. Dang, hostile guy. My bad, I guess. Thoughts on the USC defense? I haven't really watched them yet this year. I heard some good things from their first 2 weeks. I heard there was some question marks against Purdue. There is a couple of prospects I already had on my list from that team. A couple of guys I still need to watch, and I think one of the other safeties I need to add to my list, actually. All right, Gojo, you want out? Let's let you out, bud. All right. Mendoza hands it off. I believe that's Black. Yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't get more of. Well, I guess that's not true. He's getting a pretty decent um volume tonight, but let me, because his analytics, the other running back for Indiana, again, not done an eval. He didn't have like a large sample size last year. I expected him to be more, get more work there with Hemby this year. Let's see. Where do I have you? Here we go. Kalon Black, 5'10, 200, or yeah, 5'10, 210 pounds. Had a forced missed tackle rate last year. Granted, he only had 251 yards, but of 0.35, almost had 4 yards over yards after contact averaged. So I expected him to get a little bit more involved there with Hemby. Hemby, I do have as a day 3 player. I like what he can do as kind of a big scat back home run threat. Have you heard of the Rutgers wide receiver? The only one I had was DT Sherfield, I think, something like that. He was a transfer from North Texas. Why does Purdue keep playing USC and Notre Dame? It's a boring blowout every time. Last week's game against USC was not a blowout. That game was a lot closer than it had any right to be in. right. Jonah celebrating his Hoosiers. Looks like they're about to go up. Hey, we had two well, we had one really close game. Our first game the week, what we kind of waited. Hey, we got a Kirito. Thank you for your dude, Kirito. That's sick. Thank you for your donation. I just saw it. You did this about 30 minutes ago. Hopefully you're in the chat. Big shout out, Kirito. Thank you for donating. And let me throw this out there. Hey, we're streaming for charity today, boys and girls. The American Heart Association. So if you want to give, the link's in the description. The link is the pinned comment in the chat. If you're on the X, it's in the comment section of the stream. It's also the pinned tweet on my X page. In that description, you could also, if you were like, hey, I want some gear. They sell shirts, strong like Mia, baby. All proceeds go to the AHA. Thank you. What is this, sausage? Yeah. Nice. Couldn't tell if it was that or pork chops, like cut up. Thank you. Appreciate you. Hey, guys. Hey. 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 All right, Daddy's working. So Daddy's got to call these plays. We're down to 2 minutes left in the first half. Hand off to Hemby, who gets a first down. I've been saying in the chat, but I'll match anyone else up to another 150. Don't say it. You said in the chat. Don't say that because you're gonna tempt me. I've already given a lot. I still gotta look out for my family. But we've had very generous donations today. Kirito, $100. You had Casey from earlier, 100. Trevor Sigma dropped 200. I put in 530. You'll see the 500 I dropped, but 30 I spent. They had a little fundraiser last night, so spent $30 there. Love the happy family, bro. Hey man, I'm a family guy. I'm working. I'm coming. I'm doing play-by-play. Get off my back. I'm doing play-by-play with a little color commentary. I will say the streams are probably the most chill, most easy thing I have to do. I mean, watching film and not having to talk is nice. I'm not gonna lie, just watching film and just taking notes, that's super nice. Recording videos can become tedious when you're just talking to yourself. Does Surratt score in this game? They're driving. There's a good shot. They're in the red zone right now. You got a 2nd and 7. There's a shot. There's a shot. Oh, end zone, and just like that. Wait, who made that comment? Raymond. Do you think Surratt scores this game? Ask and you shall receive, apparently. By the way. Yeah, Nintendo Mike, I'd be looking to next week, my friend, dude. Sorry that this game's turned out this way for you. Surratt with the, what was that, about a 9-yard score officially? Yeah, Rudy. You said Indiana by 21 points this week. You were dead wrong, bro. They're up 28 right now. Draft night's still the best night of the year for your channel. It is definitely the most viewed night of my channel. That whole draft week is I do a ton of views. And then my channel dies. It goes into hibernation for months. Here, this is also I could get away from the kids. Some of that might be true. That's not true. I love my kids. Man, on the broadcast, they're like, "Man, you gotta believe that this Illinois defense is questioning with so many returning starters. What's going on?" Xavier Scott not playing. Miles Scott, you ejected him. So two of the leaders in that secondary, and you're asking what's going on? Why are they allowing yards through the air? Stop. Just stop. I just answered your question. Rudy, I appreciate that. We're gonna have a fun draft season. Every draft season's a fun one. And with the potential, with hopefully the website potentially getting done, where I'm going to kind of circumvent the draft guide too. That way, it's more cosmetically pleasing and easier to digest and go through. Oh no, almost an interception. That would have been a pick six too. I don't know if the Scotts are brothers. I don't think they are, but I have to go. I guess I have to go and look. Actually, let's just Google this right now. Xavier Scott related to Miles Scott. Nope, they're not related. Okay. All right, dumping this one off. I think that's Dixon. No, Rusk. Excuse me, the tight end. 50 seconds left in the half. It's going to be third and two, third and three. All right, Omar getting this one out quick. Delivers it to Beatty. First down. All right, Altmaier dropping back, going over the middle, gets it. And that's Rusk. The depth seems to be the real issue. Hostile guy. That's not a bad shot out. You got Moore. He's actually down right now. Yeah, Lewis Moore slow to get up. Maybe a shoulder the way he hit Rusk. Moore didn't use his head. He literally makes contact with the shoulder. And how would that be targeted anyway? Uh, what happened to this QB class? Not living up to the hype? Yeah, to be fair, we're waiting on Drew Aller to play in a big game. What the heck? There you go, coach. There you go. Gojo. Yeah, Gojo up in the building. Yeah, we're just waiting on Drew Aller to actually play top competition. Mendoza's looked good, but I feel like he hasn't been asked to do a ton. Ooh, nice throw there. That's Colin Dixon with the reception. They're moving. 20 seconds left. Yeah, Brandon, that's not a bad observation. Altmaier running from the pocket. He's going downfield, throws to the end zone, out of bounds. 9 seconds left. Both teams have 2 timeouts. Michael, that's wild. All right, 9 seconds left. And we got a timeout being used by Indiana. Yeah, no, they're in field goal range ish. Just got to get a little bit closer. All right, let me get this sucker off the screen. There we go. And I believe Lewis Moore's back on the field. All right, here comes 2nd and 10. Currently at the 28. So maybe a shot. No, they're gonna throw it just out, just just a little over Beatty's head. So they're gonna go probably for the field goal unless they want to. Maybe you got a timeout. Maybe try to get a little bit of yards. Nope, they're gonna bring out the field goal unit. Should be around 45, 46 yards. 46-yard attempt officially. Oh, Hector. Let's hope you get this field goal. Hey, field goal is good. Look at that. Look at that, Hector. You clear 7.5 Illinois first half points. Was that really the over under for first half points for Illinois? Golly. All right. We'll do a quick scoreboard in a sec. I'm eating rice and sausage, baby. So I want to indulge in this food a little bit. Hector, I can't believe that was the over and under for first half points for Illinois. That's kind of wild to me. That feels low. You lost the over 10.5. Oh, that's rough. I'm sorry, bro. That's a lot too. Okay, that's good, Hector. I'm glad you were able to make back. Yeah. What did you take Syracuse money line? I just took Syracuse plus 7.5, or 17.5. I didn't think Syracuse showed me enough to take them on the money line, but they were kind of an easy 17.5. Syracuse over first half, second half, and third quarter. Golly, dude. Jeez Louise. Dude. I'm not a same game parlay type of guy. Oh, you hate parlays? Oh, Hector, I love parlays. I love parfaits and I love parlays. Nintendo might. The only game I know I'm doing like for sure next week is going to be Oregon Penn State. Miami is up 13-0. I know. Dang, I need one more touchdown from Washington State. Or excuse me, Washington. Oh, hopefully I didn't jinx it. Oh, yeah, and Jelly look actually got banged up, banged up. Yeah, I see Washington's up 24-10. I need them to win by 21 or more. You went out. Woo! As Dora the Explorer would say, delicioso. Mm-mm-mm. Let me wash that down with some high quality H2O. All right. Before we get into scoreboard, I do want to shout out. We're doing this chair. We're raising money for charity for the American Heart Association. Specifically, this is a fundraiser that my friends are running. He and his wife, they lost their firstborn days after she was born. She was born with congestal heart disease. They went through it was a lot. I mean, they said that, and her name was Mia Wagner, the goat. Said she had a 5% chance of living, and she fought for life for so long. And that's why we got the Mia Strong shirts. If you want to give, they took up this like we want to raise money for this organization to help out people like us. And I want to help support them in that. That's why I'm doing this today. All of our streams have been promoting the no sponsors. on today's streams. Just trying to point y'all to donate for a good cause, a great cause. You can find the links in the description. It's the pinned comment in the chat on the YouTube. Over on X, I left a comment in the stream. It's also the pinned tweet on my X account. They also, if you want to give, but also receive like a little merch, they got the Strong Like Mia shirts. That link is in the description. Appreciate that, Wade. Freaking awesome. But that's why we're doing this today. That's why we're doing it. And you're gonna see it pop up every now and then because the fundraiser is gonna go over the course of the month of October. So you're gonna see it in some of the videos. You're gonna see it maybe next week. We'll do it for one of the streams. So it's awesome. All right, let's go to scoreboard. Kenshaw State, they're up 28-21. Arizona State, or I said Arizona State, Arkansas State. They got one last opportunity to tie this ball game up. Currently, Missouri, they are up 18-17, but you got South Carolina in scoring position. It is 4th and 4. Do they just take the lead with a field goal? Jacksonville State at this point is running it up on Murray State. Marshall and Middle Tennessee, they just started. They just got back to play after the delay. It's tied up at 7. Missouri State's running through UT Martin. Western Kentucky, I think they just got their first lead on Nevada. They're up 17-13. Dude, this Air Force Boise game is close. Boise up 28-24. Georgia Southern running away with it against Maine. Coastal Carolina, they go up. They're up 21-17 in the 4th against South Alabama. Currently at halftime, Miami's up 13-0, doing their thing. Carson Beck kind of looks inconsistent here, 8-17. We already know Indiana currently up 35-10 on Illinois. Vandy, they're rolling. They remember that they got beat by Georgia State last year. Ain't happening this year. They're up 35-9. What the heck is going on? Washington, this Washington State team lost to North Texas by 50 last week. What are we doing, Washington? You looking ahead to Ohio State? Get it done. This isn't a good Washington State team. You're better than this. Stinking embarrassing. Virginia's up 35-14 on Stanford. Arizona and Baylor are tied up at 10. BYU's up 13-3 on ECU. Louisiana Tech's up 30-10 on Southern Miss. LSU's up on Southeastern Louisiana 35-0 at half. Texas is up 31-0 on Sam Houston at half. Utah State, they're up 34-7 on Manassas at half. And then Texas State, they're up 28-3 on Nichols. Then we got a tied ball game here. Hey, Malachi Nelson led UTEP team. Kind of a sneaky, scrappy UTEP team. They're tied up 7-7 all with Louisiana Monroe. They said, no, Mike, I get it. It's a rivalry, but it shouldn't be close. This was a Washington State team that got ran through by North Texas. I get it. They're one of the better group of 5 teams, but nonetheless, Washington, if you want to compete with Ohio State, get it together. This is flipping embarrassing. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Wade, my work actually had a matching charity for me and employees. They will match me up to 500. Can I still donate Monday when I get to work? Yeah. Yeah. This will be going on. This fundraiser goes on through until the end of October. So yeah, you're gonna see it pop up on the channel here and there. Today's the big day where hey, I'm really pushing it. We had it for all three streams. But yeah, Wade, most definitely. Hit me up in my X and just make sure I remind you or something. I don't know, man. It's worse if you live in Washington. Who's Marcus? Who's 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 Marcus Wade? All right, South Carolina just took the lead. They're up 20-18. That's heading into the fourth quarter. Tight game there. I ain't gonna lie. I might turn on this Washington State game. Got to make the second half look respectable. You certainly do if you're Illinois. I legit just turned on the Washington game. What do you think of Mendoza? I don't think he's been asked to do a ton, but he's looked good versus pressure. He's thrown some accurate balls. I I think it's been a solid game for him. I don't know if it's sells me on him as like, hey, a quarterback worth taking in the top 10, but I'm a bit more encouraged than I was with his Cal tape. I'll say that, Walker. Hopefully that answers your question. And again, I'm gonna hit the oh wait, yeah, I know he's got the Teddy cam. Yeah. Walker, I'm gonna actually go back and watch specifically like the all 22. Typically I do that tomorrow. I'll have like NFL games in the background, just kind of listening to those. And then Monday, I watch a lot of all 22 between those 2 days. I'm gonna be watching more all 22 really this whole week as I start gearing up to kind of freshen up my rankings, see who I think's going where, who do I think who's moving up, who's moving down, who's probably returning to school. Yeah, Wade. Yeah, I recall he's got the Teddy cam. I should do that with Gojo, but he's so in and out. Like Teddy at least stays in. He sits in his seat and he chills. Gojo's either in or he's out. He's like, ah. I still think that USC game will be interesting because I believe it's at Illinois. I believe, I'm not positive. Yeah, it's at Illinois. So I don't think that one's a surefire loss for Illinois. I really don't. Um, Ohio State, yeah, I kind of lean that. I mean, honestly, if they go 10-2, that's still they're still in at large. They still can snag in a large bid. Because how many teams made it from the Big Ten last year? You had four, right? I think it was Penn State, Oregon, Ohio State, Indiana. Let me see. 2025 college football. layoff. So you had yes, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, Indiana. So I think they could still snag in a large bit at 10-2. 9-3, that's when it becomes 9-3, that's when it becomes tough to make the college football playoff. Marcus is that franchise guy. Teddy doesn't move for hours. Dude, I know. Gojo, he doesn't know if he wants to be in and out. He changes his mind every 5 minutes. Collab draft stream. I don't know. That sounds like a lot of work, man. I'll pitch it maybe a little bit more. I don't know. We'll talk about it when we're in Mobile. Because typically I'll do my draft stream with Alex from Homer Sports. Maybe we get a bit. Maybe we get like shoot. We could even get football analysis in there. Stinking love Garrett. Garrett's an awesome dude. Yes. Yeah, Marcus is pretty dope. One of these days, Con will think to dump some of that NFL owner cash in Illinois NIL buckets. Would change the game entirely. Looking forward to tomorrow. Do you think we can trust the Bucks versus Ohio State or versus the Jets, even with the O line injuries? I don't know about the run game with the Bucks and that defensive line they're going to take on, but I think Jeremiah Johnson's out for the Jets. But I mean, they're missing what? Bucks are missing Godak. They're missing Mock. Probably still down Wirfs. We'll see. Yeah, Alex is awesome, dude. Me and Alex kind of have very similar personalities. He's young. He's a bit more forward with his outlandishness. As you get older, you're a bit more. You become a bit more filtered in with what you say. If anything, I'm just the older version of Alex. I'm more filtered. Told me I should be looking to next week. I will when this game is over. You should, yeah. Nintendo Mike. I mean, hey, let's see how Illinois comes out to start the half. Let's see if they could get a stop, and then if they can answer back. Yeah. Yeah. Alex from Hammer Sports, he's a dude that will die on his takes. He will put a flag in it. I'm way more half glass, the glass is half full. He's on the other end of that spectrum. I think that's why we're such a good mesh. All right, we're gonna get 1st and 10 here from Indiana. Start the half. They're gonna hand it off. I believe that's Hemby. Gonna pick up 2 to 3. By the way, Washington has gone up by 14. Give me that other touchdown, Washington. Alex is devious, dude. Wade, that's the perfect way to put it. Just saying. Wait, I got you on X, right? I'll hit you up Monday, dude. Just make sure you have the links and everything. Oh, Mendoza, he's escaping pressure. And then he dumps it to Surratt. I ain't gonna lie. I like that Mendoza, he's gonna sprint out. He knows he's not a great athlete, but he keeps his eyes downfield. And then he changes the arm slot to get around. I think that was the safety coming in. Yeah, Alex, sometimes he's first on some guys. What was it? Last year was Armand Membu over the summer. He was like, dude, I really like this cat. I was like, I'll watch him a little into the season. This year, dude, he really liked Eli Raridan from Notre Dame, and he popped off last like those first 2 games from Notre Dame. I was like, dang, Alex, you did it again. The dude had virtually no production, and Alex was like, no, I think he's a good player. And I was like, all right, I'll wait till he actually gets some production and plays. Yeah, he's a good player. All right, Mendoza dropping back. Throws it out to Hemby, who's going to pick up the first down. Do I have a link that you can watch the game? You can watch it if you have Hulu Live or if you have Peacock. That's about the only place. Like, if you don't have a cable provider, then I don't have links like that, fortunately. All right, Mendoza's going to hold on to this one. It picks up what, 6 yards? Yeah, Hector, I'm sorry. I don't have any links. Then I'm sorry, bud. Okay, he picks up 5 on the read option keep. Hey, look, Kirdo has you covered, Hector. All right, we got a handoff here to Black. Stumbles. He's about 2 yards short. It's going to be 3rd and 2. All right, 3rd and 2. Windows in shotgun. Got 3 up top. And good block. And Hemby's going to the house. Wait, was that Hemby or Black? No, that was Black, not Hemby. My bad. That was Black, not Hemby. That was Keelan Black. That was a yo. So they motioned Omar Cooper, and then he came back on like kind of a pull block. Dang, that's just a beautifully designed play. No, I don't have Jason. I typically don't have comps this early. That over is looking delicious. All right, well, we got a 4th and 4 right now. Washington State's going for in the Washington game, and they get it. Oh, golly, they're inside the red zone too. Jeez, Louise. Yeah, this is not going well, Mike. I'm sorry. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up in the YouTube stream if you're there. We got 22 likes and 42 people watching there. If you're over on X, you got 316 people watching. Like the stream, or yeah, like the stream. Hit the heart. Are you high on Carter Smith? I just think he's a guy. Dude, I need Washington to get a stop, dude. Washington State's in the red zone. More cowbell Hoosiers, yeah. All right, Washington State coming out. 2nd and 6 at the Washington 9. And it's a pass and it's around the first down. Son of a gun, dude. Washington defense, make a play, bro. Are they calling 3rd and 1? Or they gave him the first. I think they get yeah, it's first and goal for Washington State at the 2. And they go for the QB sneak. He's a short, but he's at about the 1-yard line. Second and goal coming up. Aiden Fisher changed to the Arizona State game, maybe. I have no money locked up in that game. I don't feel like I want to switch to that game. Measurements for Aiden Fisher. I got him as an early day 3 guy. He's 6', 232, so he's a little short. Might have less than ideal length, but I got him as an early day 3 guy, kind of with these other bruiser linebackers, guys like Lander Barden. Barden is a really good athlete, though. Austin Romaine from Kansas State. Here, I could read the eval real quick for Fisher. Sudden athlete with good closing speed, longer arms than you'd expect for his height, but could certainly use his length better. Doesn't consistently wrap up as a tackler. Sometimes barrels head first into blocks, drifts backwards into zone coverage, missing underneath pass catchers. General feel for coverage is inconsistent. Asked to cover a lot of ground in the middle, but still does a good job triggering downhill quickly. Shorter stature allows him to get consistent leverage on blocks. Hands are fast and violent. There's a lot of good there with them. And Washington State scores a touchdown. All right, we're gonna give Illinois one more drive. Oh, ball is tipped. Trying to get him on the quick skinny post or short slant. Quick slant, probably the best way to put that. And they're gonna fake the handoff, get him on a screen. And is that Clement? No, Dixon on like a 2-yard pickup off the screen. What you think about Vandy for the rest of the season? I think Vandy is going to be probably an 8 or 9 win team. Probably. They're kind of in that second tier of the SEC. We'll see how they do against like your Georgias and who do they have on the sketty? I mean, I think they match up well against Auburn. All right, here comes pressure and sacked. Dude, that offensive line is a problem. I think they brought extra pressure too. Yeah, so Vandy gets Alabama on October 4th, LSU, Missouri, Texas, and then they finish the year with Tennessee. They also get Auburn. What a stretch. Alabama, LSU, Missouri, Texas, Auburn. That's a tough stretch for any team. And here comes another punt. Oh, no. What a return. Gets out past midfield. Oh, man. Where's Missouri? Missouri's right now. They're at home against South Carolina. Right now, they're up. Looks like Lenore Sellers just scored a touchdown. I don't think they've put it on the board yet, though. 70-yard touchdown. Golly, to who? And just like that, Gojo wants out. I mean, to be fair, I want to see more Mendoza right now, too. Miami. Oh, hey, look, Florida's driving. Honestly, might move to the South Carolina Mizzou game for a little bit. Let me pop up the Hulu. Oh, Jonah Coleman just got a reception. Let's go. Dang, Mike. That's a way to put something. So touchdown must have got called back for South Carolina because right now it's 3rd and 7 from their own 33. Here comes pressure. Here comes the blitz. Nick Harbor, well covered. Ball goes out of bounds. Looks like they're going to punt. You got Omar Cooper in motion. Another good pull block, but didn't really do much. Buddy, Gojo, you literally just asked to get out. Oh, come here, Goj. Oh. Mendoza's mobility, it's not crazy, but he can maneuver the pocket. He's not going to burn you with his feet or anything. Indiana taking their first time out. Like he's not a statue in the pocket, but it's not good mobility. What are you frustrated about, Goj? Hey, what do you mean? What are you talking back about me? What's up? Need to get you a grooming. All right, going to the fourth quarter. Washington's only up 7, which makes me sad. Wow, dude. Everything's on. Actually, dude, everything's on commercial right now. Washington State commercial, Missouri, South Carolina commercial, Indiana, Illinois commercial. Commercial galore. Thoughts on the Rutgers QB? I just added him to the draft guide, not with an eval with the background, but I'm intrigued. He's playing really good football this year, at least from analytics. So I might give him a watch. I don't really have much to say about Demon Williams, the Washington quarterback. I don't know if he's even eligible. I heard good things about him last year, taking over the job for golly, I forgot, former Mississippi State quarterback. Big Ten Saturday night. All right, we got 1st and 10 here for South Carolina or for Missouri. Dude, Ahmed Hardy, 141 yards on the night for Mizzou. Let's go. They found themselves a back. All right, Indiana. They're at the Illinois 26. Mendoza stepping back, scrambling. He's going to hold on to it. And, he's a close to the first. Might have it. Yep, gets the first down. All right, we got Omar Cooper in motion. Mendoza, nope, handoff there. I think that's Hemby, number 1. Gets close to the first down, picks up about 9. Oh, you got Bo Bo Prabula running for about 15 yards on 1st and 20. Who are my top coverage linebackers for the draft? Well, get the draft guide and find out. 1st and goal here for Indiana. Down at about the 9-yard line. Got Cooper in motion again. Man, they just keep running this where like Cooper is coming in for like a pull block, trying to take on that backside defender. Good pickup there by Hemby. Gets him inside the 5. Where did Eric Berry go to college? Tennessee, baby. Dang, Jonah Coleman's he gets tackled at the 1, 1st and goal. About to take this back to a 2-score lead, 2-touchdown lead. Wait, was that Coleman? No, that was Muhammad. Coleman hurt? Mendoza to Elijah Surratt. Quick screen. Child's play. Not a good look. Illinois head coach, hand on his knees. All right, let me hit the refresh button over here, see if they give him the tutty. That was just too easy. Another tutty. Broshmo, do you think Minnesota and safety Keon Perch and Minnesota will compete against Ohio State, Oregon? Not this year. They're a Minnesota's a well-coached team, but they're like consistently like a tier 2 team in the Big Ten. They're like, hey, we'll go 7-5, we'll go 8-4. We'll play tough matchups against the likes of Iowa, Rutgers, Maryland. And I mean, it looks like they got good offense in place this year too. but I don't have faith in them against teams like Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State. I just don't. Oh, it's third and goal for Washington. Here, I'm going to this. See what's up with. Hey, touchdown pass. Washington State going up by 14, and I need them to win by 21 or more. Yeah, Coleman, 12 carries, 59 yards, 2 touchdowns. Okay. Maybe he's not. I was scared he might be hurt. Look at this. Denzel Boston, big game, 2 touchdowns. Did you know next year we got Bama at West Virginia, Penn State at Temple, Maryland at UConn? Hey, Penn State, West Virginia is an interesting matchup. I mean, Rich Rod, that West Virginia team is building. Dude, it's nonstop cowbell right now for Indiana. All right, let's see how Miami's doing right now. Are they still ahead? Oh, 13-7. Miami, get it together. I need you to hit that 6.5. I'll take a field goal. Just get me ahead of that 6.5. Arizona INT? Like Izzy, Arizona State got the interception? No, no downpour. Yeah, I saw y'all talking about the rain coming down in Bloomington. All right, 1st and 10 for Illinois at their 25. Gonna get a handoff here. And Valentine's going nowhere. And oh, here comes the pressure again. Altmaier scrambling, throwing this one away. ASU's in a dogfight with Baylor. Baylor's a good squad. Why would I have a record prediction for next year? Mike. I got record predictions for this year. All right, here comes the pressure. It's a screen. It was batted up and innocently hits the turf. Does Indiana blitz a lot when they smell blood? And I mean, it was a screen, so the pressure's going to come in really quickly just because you have the blockers kind of chip in and going to the outside to block for the back or the wide receiver. Didn't Signetti already get an extension, or am I wrong about that? And Hoosiers gonna get the ball once again. Man, they got to start just running this clock. We're still in the third. I don't think Wisconsin's going to compete well against Minnesota. I think Minnesota's a good team. Wisconsin's not a good team. All right, let's get a big stop here, Washington. Need a touchdown the other way. Here comes the pressure. Throwing it deep. Oh, don't you throw a flag. The receiver wasn't coming back to the football. Okay, no flag. Shoot, I need to turn the Hurricanes game on, man. I got South Carolina, Mizzou, but I don't have any money on this game. All right, let's find. Here we go. Florida, Miami. Florida's got the ball too. Looks like someone's getting ejected. Right now, 1st and 10. Beck threw a pick, and Miami almost forced a 3-and-out, but Florida converted on fourth. Woof. Thanks for the heads up. Nebraska Stadium is freaking awesome. Hey, dude, Nebraska, they've come a long way. I think Matt Rule's done a wonderful job. They're starting. I'm not. I think they're going to eventually break through. I really do. It might not be this year, but maybe next. Jason, I already did a video where I talked about my predictions for defensive and offensive player of the year, along with all my other awards. No, I don't change my record predictions. I'm going to be doing a top 25. I don't know if I do it this week or next week because there's some big games next week. I may hold out. I haven't decided yet. I'm right now trying to pay attention to 3 games right now. My head's on a swivel. All right, Indiana is going to start their own 31. We're going to get a handoff here. Do we have the other Mendoza in yet? No. Black gets a first down, though. Does Washington got any DBs? Yeah, you got Tacario Davis, Ephesians Prysock. They got some DBs. Oh my gosh, dude! They Florida almost got that third down. What are we doing here? All right, 1st and 10 from the 42. Mendoza's going to hold on to it. Gets out about the 48, 47. All right, we got 2nd and 4 for the Hoosiers. Mendoza dropping back. Here comes the pressure. He steps up, and he is going to be sacked. Probably the first negative play for Indiana tonight. Offensive line's been a struggle for Illinois this year. So we got 3rd and 9, and we're gonna have a quick pass out to Elijah Sarah, who picks up the first down. They're just first down making machines right now at this point. Jason, I don't have comps for everybody, and Ryan Williams isn't even in this draft class. I'm not answering comp questions anymore. I don't really do comps until the offseason draft process. I'll have a couple of early ones. We got a 4th and 5 here for Washington State. Can we get a stop, Washington? Clemson in shambles. Yep. Oh, interception, Washington. And it's a pick six. No flags. And now they're officially up 21. Well, they got to get the PAT, but still, I'm just saying. All right, 1st and 10 for Indiana, and they're going to take this to the 4th quarter. Washington State haven't punted all night. Jeez. All right, we go to the 4th quarter for Indiana, Illinois. Arch has looked a lot better tonight. That's good before they really get into SEC play. I mean, that's what those non-conference games are supposed to be, kind of figure it out, build up the confidence going into your tough slate of games. Can Vandy beat the Tide again this year? Absolutely. Watch Nico go to Oklahoma. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, I think they might bring in the other Mendoza. Or maybe they let Fernando finish this drive. All right, 4th and 3 for Florida. Are they going? They are going for it. Florida is currently at the 34 of Miami. Miami showing blitz, but they only bring 4. Quick pass out, and oh, he is short. He is short. That's going to be a turnover on downs for the Gators. I don't think Nico goes to South Carolina because I think there might be a chance Sellers ends up returning. Speaking of which, let's take a look at that. Oh, man, Mizzou looks like they're going to come away and make it a 2-score game. As it's 2nd and 10 at the South Carolina 18. 3 points makes it a 9-point game. 2 scores, not good. And Miami, it's official turnover on downs. Washington State is rocking good unis. Washington State's, I like their logo and everything. What game are you watching, MSU fan? I got over here, Miami versus Florida. I still got Illinois and Indiana on the main screen on my phone. I have Washington State. 2 out of the 3 I have money on, so I'd like to see the outcomes. Syracuse, I think they're long shots to win the SEC. I mean, your favorites are like Miami and Florida State and Louisville and Georgia Tech. Dang, Miami's offense. What happened? I miss you, offense. Why can't I find you? Where's that Carson Beck I knew? Yeah, quick screen went nowhere. 2nd and 12 for the Hurricanes. And they're going for another screen. I mean, this time it picks up positive yards, but it still results in a 3rd and 9. Yo, is Miami trying to just run the clock or go make a score? What are we doing here? Oh, did I say the SEC? My bad. I meant ACC. No, I'm not going to stay around for the Michigan State game, unfortunately. Uh, I'm pretty tired. I've been here since 12 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Pacific, and I think we got a turnover for Washington. Let's go. I'm feeling good. I'm about to switch this. Do I switch it over? I'm going to switch it to Baylor, Arizona State. Oh, Carson Beck looking like the Georgia Carson Beck. What the heck? Oh, no. Kobe Martin. Touchdown. Touchdown, Indiana. Lol. She bites your tongue. Go talk to mommy. She'll help you out. She better tell her something. All right, we got a 46-point ball game. I told you I wasn't gonna bet on Illinois, Indiana. I wasn't touching this game. I couldn't even imagine having to get up at 9 for football. My butt would have to give up on watching the early window. I don't know. I don't mind it, dude. And when you're dead, you're kind of awake early anyway. So Arizona State currently up 16-10. Valentine returns it out. Where'd she get those?
They were on the counter. You left them on the counter. Usually half of one. I don't know what half of one will do. I told her to drink water.
Yeah, have her drink a lot of water. She put them away?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they taste very good. Maybe that's why she's.
So literally can't leave nothing on the counter. No, I have 3 kids, Jason. Starting offense still out there for Illinois. They're not giving up. Toss to Fagan. Nice little pickup. Gets about 6. Kid ate his brownies. No. Kid ate half of one of my caffeine pills. Get it out to that's Clement who picks up no yards. Gonna be oh Baylor. Was that Bryce Washington just ripped off a big touchdown and they should be nope, never mind. He's down at about the one. Months ago, CBS recommended Nico to Maryland. Nico, he's got tools, man. He just needs someone to develop him. All right, 3rd and 4 for Illinois. Here comes the pressure, and Altmaier's just sacked. Dude, this offensive line for Illinois has just been getting eaten up. Weird question. Lay it on me, Wade. Do you believe in using spanking as a form of discipline for your kids? I think I mentioned this earlier. Uh, yes, but not spanking with your hand. I would say spanking with like a spatula or something. And I'm not saying beat the crap out of your kids. Enough to like, oh, that's painful, but you're not trying to leave marks or bruises or anything. Because when you're that young, you're not really having a conversation with the kid. I mean, you try to, but as a kid, you're gonna learn more from what's the word? From just that pain stimulus. Also, you don't want to do it with your hand because you don't want them to be afraid of you coming to like hold them or anything. That and you could kind of use it as somewhat as a not a yeah, kind of a threat, but like, hey, you're acting up. Don't make me go get the spatula or bring it out. Be like, hey, you're acting up. You need to act right. Side note, hey, thank you, Brad Wolf, for the donation, man. Gave $50 to the American Heart Association. Means the world to me. Oh man. Florida just ran into the return man for Miami. That's a penalty. Bro beats his kid. Stop. Wait, did you ask your question? Did I just miss it? Weird question. Gonna be a long bus ride home for Illinois. I think they will do decent this year. Bro's gonna be scared every time you go to grill a burger. Well, not really. I mean, at a certain point, your kids get old enough to where, like, dude, my oldest, I could just talk to her, and you could just use like timeouts as punishment. Be like, hey, you go stand over there. But she like always genuinely feels terrible when she maybe feels in the wrong or something. She's such a good kid. Kirito, it was a $50 dono. Who's your top kicker in this draft? I mean, dude, again, I'm just going based on analytics. I'm not gonna pretend like I know how to eval kickers, but I got Drew Stevens out of Iowa. Broshmo, what does descent mean? 7 - 5 decision? Are you talking about boxing, bro? Top punter? I don't want to go and look at top punter. I think my top punter. Oh no, this is actually kind of legit. Brett Thorson from Georgia has got a freaking boot. He showed that against Tennessee. Golly, this dude was driving the ball downfield with that foot. I'm gonna wait to match increase anyone else's donos. Hey, Kirito, I appreciate that regardless. You hear that, guys? Kirito's gonna match a, a big boy dono. No, Kirito, you can match me. No. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Bryce McPherson from Maryland, maybe. Kirito, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking, Kirito. You said Illinois will be a decent. So, oh yeah, 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 yeah. When I said record, like an 8 or 9 win team, man. I feel like they still can go 10-2. I think that USC game being at home is kind of big for. Oh no, Indiana ripping off another 10-yard run here. Do you make a lot from YouTube? Not right now. Um, Sponsors help support the channel over the course of the summer and early into the football season. Again, people don't really start checking out the channel until their favorite football team look like they're trending in a really bad decision, like not decision, but really bad direction. And really, October's when okay, now we're back on the up and up. People are tuning in for some what's going on with the draft and what prospects to know. Proactively, everyone, go get a heart smart test done at your local hospital. Best $40 you will ever spend. Cool, nice, Wolfie. I think I missed Wade. I will message you on Monday about the donation. Yes, I will also check up in on you. Make sure you have the links necessary, my friend. Do you think Nico could be a future Heisman? Yes, he's got the tools. That's the thing. Who are we watching? Francisco. We're watching Florida, Miami, Indiana, Illinois, Baylor, Arizona State. I know I just kind of showed the back of my phone, but that's what's going on my phone. What did you do for work before your channel blew up? I was a server for First Watch. Before that, I sold cars for Fiat. Oh, what a catch by Was that Fletcher? No, Fletcher's not number 6. Who's in there for Miami? Mizzou covered it. They covered the 9.5. Do I think there'll be more points? Dude, the way Indiana's running right now, they're getting chunks of yards. Tucson Fiat, mind you, not even Tucson Fiat. I think they're Larry H. Miller. I don't know if they're still Fiat. I don't. Again, I've been gone there from like I haven't worked there in 12 years. I think it was back in like 2012 or 2013. Sam Levitt is a certified day 3. Sam Levitt is going back to school. I think there was another comment. How do I sponsor your channel? I don't know what you mean by that. I mean, I guess super chats. Not today though. We're giving a charity today. Um, wow, big gain there down the field for Sam Levitt. Let's go. You used to live in Tucson, just north of Ina. Hey, Wolfie, that's where I am, just north of Ina. I'm around Mountain View High School. Yeah, Nico's lean. He's young though, too. He's young. If I ever say a player will be a car salesman, Cario Santos, don't take too much offense. Do you like to cruise? I feel like that's the opening to a joke. Broshmo giving away a little bit too much information. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Well, MSU sponsors. I mean, I feel like you support me by getting the draft guide. You support me with your views, Turner. First and goal for Indiana. The points aren't done. Miami's driving as well. Let's do a quick little check on Washington State. Washington's up by 28. Let's go. Has USC kicked off yet? No, that starts at in 20 minutes. All right, Miami. They're in scoring position. How much time is left for Miami? A little over 7 minutes. Okay. And Indiana just broke 60. Kobe Martin. Is that Kobe Martin? Yep. Kobe Martin into the end zone here. Ooh, and Fletcher getting that inside the 25. Touchdown Jordan Tyson. Oh, yeah. I just missed that because I was watching Mark Fletcher pick up about 11 yards. Dude, Jordan Tyson's legit, man. Yeah, sorry if I'm missing some of y'all's comments, man. Y'all are fast and furious right now with the comments. And I'm trying to keep track of the games. All right, Miami's now inside the 20. So is Indiana the best team in college football, or is Illinois just overrated? I don't think Illinois is overrated. They're a good team that's having a bad night. But yes, Indiana's a good team. Are they a tier one team in the Big Ten? Is kind of the big question. It's kind of the big question. All right. Arizona State going for 2 to make it a 7-point ball game. They fake the handoff, throw it to the running back who's going to get in there. It's 24-17, Arizona State. Oh, shucks. Got to make sure those ads don't show on the YouTube feed because they actually hit me for that. That's so stupid. YouTube's so silly sometimes. It's like, hey, that's kind of a free advertisement. I'm sorry. I think I got hit last time because it was showing a replay of a game. Illinois was being hyped up before the season. Yeah, and I was high on Illinois. I thought they would contend to be a large team in the college football playoff because it's not like they have the craziest schedule. They could still go probably a 9-3, but 9-3 just doesn't feel good enough to get into the college football playoff at this point. There's going to be a lot of 9-3 teams trying to vie for one of those at-large bids. What are the Heisman odds for Beck? Couldn't really tell you. What up, Hector? How you doing? You like USC first half over 20.5? That's a lot against Michigan State. I don't Hector, don't take my word for it. What is the total over and under for the game? If we're like looking at Michigan State, if we're looking under 50-point over and under, I'd be tempted to go under 20.5. Oh, the over and under is at 55.5. Ooh, I don't know about that one, man. I don't know if I'd had the cojones to do it. No, I was looking at it for the whole game. All right, Illinois will get the ball at their 25. Side note, Miami's in scoring position, trying to get them to cover that 6.5. Because, like, look at the back end of Illinois' schedule. Northwestern, Wisconsin, Maryland. Maryland could be surprisingly difficult. Rutgers is a decent team. Washington's a decent team. But I feel like they win. What, those were 5 games? They win 4 out of those 5 more times than not. I am worried about Ohio State. I am a little worried about USC, but it is at home for Illinois. Stu's got a problem. Somebody needs to get Stu into anger management. I don't know what he's mad about. And with that type of language, oh, I think I'm gonna put Stu in timeout. Stu's being coming in here with a potty mouth. Is he on? Let's see where Stu's at. I think Stu's on the X. Oh no, I got Stu on the YouTube. So funny, I don't see Stu's comment now. Oh, oh well. Stu, speak to me. What makes you so angry? Valentine, first down. Does Bellamo have a post-game press conference? Because I feel a great need to watch. Who is Stu? I see Stu in the chat. I don't know. I don't see his comment on the YouTube, but it shows up in my stream lab. So, second and goal for Miami. Oh no, interception. Ball is high. Dixon tips it, goes right into Amari Farrell's hands. All right, second and goal. Miami's down at the 1. Wade, can I get modded? Dude, Wade, that was kind of the right question to ask. Why aren't you modded, my friend? If you are in the YouTube, if you haven't hit that thumbs up, please hit that thumbs up. If you're on the X, hit that heart for the stream, baby. Oh yeah, Mount Lemon. Mount Lemon's pretty dope. I've been up there a couple of times. Went up there for a bachelor party once. That was fun. All right, we're gonna give a shout out to the draft guide.
We love the NFL draft, and now my draft guide is available for purchase. It comes with over 500 player backgrounds and close to 300 player evals. It updates throughout the whole draft cycle. So when I add a new eval or I change my rankings, you're going to be the first to know. It's going to have all the pro day and combine numbers along with analytics, and it's a Google spreadsheet for right now. So you have to include your email with the purchase, but we will be switching over to a website at the end of the year. And if you get it now, it's going to be cheaper now than it will be later. It's a great way to support the channel. And as always, much appreciated, much obliged.
Yeah. Yeah, I hit Stu because I was like, there was a lot of swear words in there. All right, Hector, you have a good one, buddy. Thank you for the kind words. To be fair, Arizona State's been pretty exciting this year in general. What are Amari Farrell's pros and cons? Jason, just get the draft guide, bro. just get the draft guide. All right, Miami's got a third and goal right now. Well, Arizona State's defense coming in making a good stop. Third and goal for the Hurricanes. No, Amari Farrell's at Indiana. He's a safety. You might be thinking of Avion Terrell, who's a corner at Clemson. Miami's at the 1. Get a touchdown, Miami. Maybe even go for 2. Touchdown, Miami. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, no, Gojo. What have you done? Oh, there's another one over here. I literally walked to like this. Are you upset? Might want a vacuum or something over here. I can do it after I'm done. All right, love you. I literally walked down and was like, because I heard Gojo Klon, and I opened the door and I looked and I was like, oh, Gojo, no. Oh, Gojo got in the trash can. Farrell had the interception, yes. Miami going for the 2-point conversion, by the way. That's what I like to see. Oh, okay. Miami doesn't get the 2-point conversion. Oh, I really hope Florida doesn't score a touchdown. Because they're going to be going for it on 4th down. And if you didn't know, now you know. Indiana, they're driving. Oh, no. On a side note, hey, we're raising money for the American Heart Association. If you haven't got in on the fun, on the action, feel free to give. Links are in the comment section. It's in the description. If you're on X, it's a comment in the stream. Mendoza's brother just ran for like 10 yards. Golly, what's going on? Did Baylor just score? I must have missed that. They're right now on commercial break on my phone. Top group of 5 wide receiver. I personally don't think I've watched one. I might have like an old eval that I did. Illinois got an injured player down. I guess my top one would be Corey Rucker from Arkansas State. You also got DeCorian Clark from UTSA, but I don't even know if he's playing this year because Andrew, he might be done with football. But I mean, those guys were guys I was bringing over from last year's evals. Yeah, I haven't really watched one. I've heard a lot of good things about Bryce Lance, Trey Lance's brother at North Dakota State, but he's not group of 5. That's FBS or FCS. That's Cox Jr. Lowell coming off the field, hurt, but he was able to move on his own power. So big positive. I don't think anyone called this. Yeah, I don't think anyone was going to call a 53-point butt whooping. Why does Illinois still have starters in? I don't know if they have their starters on defense in, but I get why they would have had their starters still in on offense, just trying to get into some groove before to feel good about going into next week. That's kind of why teams keep starters in for a little long. Third down right now for Miami or for Florida. I think Ruben Bain just got a sack. Love to see it. It's right now 3rd and 13. Miami has 4 sacks on the night. And Lagway almost completed a pass for a first down. It was tight. Arizona State, Baylor tied up at 24 with less than 2 minutes to go. 2nd and 2 right now for the Sun Devils. 4th and 12 for Florida. This is the game. This could decide if I hit on Miami. They would not only cover 6.5, but 9.5. Here comes the pressure again. Lagway throwing. Dang it. Oh, it's dropped by the wide receiver. That was a really good play by Lagway. He stepped up in the pocket, evaded pressure. On the run, gets it to Eugene Wilson, who slides. It's raining there hard in Miami. Slides and drops it. And just bounced out. Just bounced out of the body of Eugene Wilson. That was honestly a good throw, good play by Lagway. I know he's coming off an abysmal performance last week, but I think that guy's going to be really good in the future. So Miami, they have sealed it. They're going to hit the 6.5. They're going to hit 9.5. Eee! Let's just check on Washington real quick, just to make sure. That game must have went final. Washington wins by, oh my gosh, they won by 35. That's kind of wild how it ends up not even being close at the end. So we have hit. Oh, Michael Trigg, dude, his stock is booming. So, hey, I guess you'll find out if I hit on Michigan State. But hey, right now, 2 of 3. Michigan State could not get pummeled tonight by USC. Then what? Out of Gojo's picks, we hit 8 of 9. Sometimes I have a good week. Gojo has a good week. Yeah, I think Fisher could be good at Senior Bowl. All right, 2nd and 7 for Indiana. I imagine we're just going to keep running the ball from here on out. Martin, good gains. Going to set up a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. Yeah, it looked like that North Texas Army game. I mean, we went to OT. I imagine it was cinema. All right, final play for the Hoosiers. And we're going to get a handoff to Martin. Nope, Mendoza's going to keep it. He's going to slide. Oh, that wasn't Mendoza. That was QB3. I don't know who the QB3 for Indiana is. No, I don't ask Gojo for these picks. Stop. Gojo might be cute and adorable, but he ain't picking college football games. All right. Honestly, we got a minute left in this Arizona State Baylor game. I think we might finish this game unless it goes to OT. I don't know. I already said it out loud. Yeah, let's finish the stream strong. Let's finish the stream strong like Mia, baby. Let's do it. We're gonna close out with this Arizona State game. No, not box score. I meant to go to the gameplay or gamecast, excuse me. So Arizona State is in field goal position. Oh, I think I saw Kirito. Broshmo, I put in 150. Please convey to your friends that we all have them in our hearts and that we are praying for them and hope they can take solace in the fact that Mia is in a great place. Oh, dude, they most definitely have. They're super appreciative. They're some of the most positive people. They love talking about Mia and the time they got to spend with her. Two of the strongest people I have ever met in my life. Oh, Grant Wilson was the QB at ODU last year. I played with him on NCAA last year then. Question, thoughts on Kane's left tackle, Markel Bell? Haven't watched him. So maybe I'll go to the Florida game, give him a watch this week. If he's eligible. If not, I'll just write him in the draft guide for next year. Hey, thank you again, Kirito. That means a lot to me, dude. It really does. Hey, you could always get the merch too, guys. It's dope merch. I love this shirt. He looks nice today. Nice. Do you think Illinois will go lossless after this, Broshmo? Not necessarily. They have Ohio State on the agenda. I wouldn't peg them as the favorites in that game. All right, we're down to a minute 4. It's 3rd and 1. Mark Bell is a senior. I don't know if he's a redshirt or not. Okay, I'll check him out, dude. There's a couple of guys tomorrow I'm going to add to my watch list that I've picked up just from hearing people talk about other players. Add them to the watch list. Don't know if I'll get around to watching them in the next couple of weeks. But at the very least, I'll have their background up there. And through the year at some point, I'll try my best to get to them. So it's right now 3rd and 1. They are at the Baylor 29. That's about a 46, 47-yard field goal. Oregon and Oregon State don't play each other next year. Well, I guess Oregon looking for stiffer competition then. This is a good win if Arizona State can seal it. Arizona State, if they can seal this is a good win. All right. They just pick up the first down. It looks like they're going to try to keep centering the ball just to make it not only to tick down the clock, waste Baylor's timeouts, but to also just make it an easier kick. Six 340. My gosh. I know that their guard there, I think it's Cooper's pretty darn solid. So Rayleigh Brown goes wide. I don't know if he's just trying to tick the clock or, but kind of gets a little scary when you're going to the sideline there. Like, why would you try to stop the clock for Baylor? I mean, luckily he goes down, but he almost lost yardage there. Man, I think Michigan State and USC just should have just kicked off. Any chance Hawaii beats Fresno State in Hawaii? There's always a chance. I hear Fresno State's pretty good, though. They're one of the favorites in the Mountain West next to Baylor. Hawaii has had some interesting games this year. I think, what, did they beat Stanford? Stanford's just miserably bad right now, aren't they? Didn't Stanford beat Boston College? Or no, I think I got that vice versa. No, Stanford did beat Boston College. Lol. All right, we're down to 25 seconds in this game. Tick, 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 tick. 3rd and 9. And they're going to get one more play. And to center it should be about a 43, 44-yard field goal with 1 second left. Did I say Baylor? My bad, dude. We've been streaming for like 12 hours. Fresno State, Boise State. I probably meant to say Boise and I said Baylor. Sorry, I'm watching Baylor right now. It's been a long day, guys. I just think Hawaii is a tough game for any team that has to travel. Yeah, that's the truth. Boise had a tough time last year with them. All right, we could see the kicker get iced here. They do have Baylor does have a timeout. Wade, don't worry. There's not a lot of powers with being a moderator. I just tell you if you should. I'll tell you if you need to put someone in timeout or ban them. If you see some chat bots or whatnot, which they haven't been abundant recently, then you just automatically ban those. It's as simple as that. All right. Are we going to see it? Yep. There's Baylor using their final timeout. Do you think the Dolphins should draft a QB or O-line? Last time they took Tua instead of Wirfs. Yeah, but if we hit on Tua, we'd be feeling good. I think if the quarterback class gets better and we're in shot to take, let's say it doesn't get better and there's really just maybe 1 or 2 top guys and we're not in position to get either of those, I think you could go wide receiver or you could go offensive line. It's looking like a really good offensive line class. So if they want to wait till the 2nd round, I don't mind that. They've also invested not just draft capital, but money into guys like Patrick Paul. You're hoping he develops. He had, honestly, a solid game this past week. It was the right tackle getting beat up there. But Austin Jackson, he's on IR right now. Oh, and we got a game-winning field goal. Arizona State with the dub. That's all she wrote for tonight, man. Great stream, guys. It was a great final stream to go out on. At least we had a close game to end it off. So that's all she wrote. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for your giving hearts. Again, this whole fundraiser is going to be going on throughout the month of October as well. So you're going to see it pop up on the channel in some videos. If we have like 2 streams next week, which probably one of them is going to be dedicated to raising money. But yeah, man, thank y'all for your help. Is there a clear right tackle one right now? Yeah, Francis Maui Noah and Spencer Fano, though might have had not a great game. Again, kind of hard to tell just by watching the broadcast. But may have had a so-so game against Texas Tech. But that's really good competition. We're talking about really 2 really good edge players there for Texas Tech. But again, thank you all for your support, guys. It's always much appreciated, much obliged. Mock draft will be out on Monday because it's mock draft Monday, stock report Tuesday. I haven't decided what Wednesday will be. If we'll try some, I think we're going to do guys that should return. And then the week after that, I'm going to do a top 25 for college, updated top 25. Then we'll have a mock to mock. But hey, y'all have a good night. Enjoy the remainder of college football and enjoy NFL football tomorrow.